Somewhere in the desert there's a boy and his dog. This is their story of, what is this about?
The story that
Oh, I see. Enjoy.
Come on, buddy. We've been, walking for a while. We have to keep walking this way. That's what they said. Come on.
I couldn't tell you how long we'd been walking for, but what I could say was that we were very thirsty.
Wow. Desert for as far as the eye can see, huh? Hang on. I think I can see... Here, buddy, can you see that?
I spotted this green thing that wasn't a cactus.
That's not a cactus.
Buddy and I made our way around the treacherous dunes to get a closer look at this thing. Oh yeah, my dog's name is Buddy. I didn't know what to call him, so I just used a term of endearment. Regardless, we made our way to the dune and I was confused by what I saw.
What? That is that's an earth roamer. What is it doing out here?
Stuck in the sand was an earth roamer, a fairly new model too. These machines are manufactured by TerraFuel Dynamics to help traverse harsh environments.
These things are incredible. They're huge and they have solar panels on the top that charge their electric motors. Oh no.
Next to the vehicle in the sand laid a dried husk of a man. Well, it was just his skull, actually. I predicted that this was the previous owner of the roamer, and he was unfortunately taken over by the harsh desert environment. Sat next to his disembodied skull, there was a barrel. So I did what anyone would do in this scenario. I went over and took a look inside. Hopefully there was some supplies.
Oh, buddy, here. Quick, take a sip.
Sure enough, my luck outweighed me and there was 4 vials of fresh water inside. Alongside this water was other survival materials, some small rations of rabbit, a hook tied to a rope, a sleeping mat, and a book, which I grabbed out to peruse.
The first 5 pages seem to be instructions. This is the manual to the actual earth roamer. Oh, but on the back there's some more pages here.
Behind the instruction manual seemed to be some scribbles and chicken scratch of whatever this survivor wrote before me, but I'll save that to read later. For now, I wanted to check this thing out.
Wow, look like it's got the 5-meter diameter tires. Big hydrogen tank at the back, dual water exhaust. Seems to be made out of copper. Solar panels on the roof. Antenna for communications.
Apart from some scratches on the paint, this thing looked in pretty good condition. It seems as though it drove into a hole of quicksand and quickly got stuck, leaving its owner here to die. I wondered for a moment if I could get it fixed and unstuck to aid in Buddy and I's travels to Solstice.
I mean, it all seems pretty intact inside. I can see all the control surfaces there, everything, there's even still lights on.
While Solstice is only rumoured to exist, it would certainly be easier to take this than walk. The only downside is it's not really a discrete mode of transportation, and it would certainly put a target on my back.
It looks like the place was empty. This was a brand new machine before it went missing. Wow. You know, I've always wanted to own one of these, bud. I wonder if we can get it working again.
As much as I wanted to work through the night, I knew it wouldn't be safe, so I needed to find some materials to set up a camp. Primarily wood for a fire.
There is an old oak tree down there though. I can see a dried husk. Maybe I can scavenge some logs. Here, take this. There you go.
With Buddy promptly guarding the roamer, I headed down to this tree to try and grab some scrap bark and bits of wood. I used the rope that I found in the barrel to make my way to the top of the trees. From there I could snap some branches off and take some logs back. Ideally I would want to grab more, but with the sun setting as fast as it is, there's simply no time. The desert and the surrounds can be a pretty hostile place at night. The cover of the darkness brings in raiders and bandits, not to mention the whispers.
Alright, buddy. Let me have a look around, see if there's anywhere safe to hold up for the night. Buddy, there's a cave! Here, let's go into this cave. Come on, bud.
Sure enough, right next to the roamer was a cave that seemed to be safe enough. I grabbed the tools and Buddy and we headed into the cave to set up a campfire for the night. Caves are an optimal shelter option. They offer protection from the elements, concealment, and not to mention the resource availability. For example, this cave had exactly what I needed to make our fire.
Perfect, there's some coal here. Hang on, I'm just gonna go and grab that pickaxe from inside the roamer. Alright, buddy, I know it's getting dark. There we go. There we go.
While it may be tempting to keep a campfire lit all night, it's certainly not advised to. As you can imagine, the smoke trail and light can lead unwanted attention directly to you. So it is best practice to light a fire only at dawn and dusk, where the light blends into the sand around you. I gave Buddy some pats before extinguishing the fire and checking out the perimeter at night. Once I deemed it safe, I laid that sleeping roll out and shut my eyes. The next morning I had to make the most of what daylight we had.
Alright, buddy, come on. We got work to do.
We started the day by heading back down to the tree and gathering some more wood, and I even had a trick to show Buddy.
Watch this, buddy. An old friend taught me how to chop trees down bigger than this, so this shouldn't be too bad.
The trick is to chop the tree in segments. Start with the top and then the bottom. That way it's easier to grab the branches that defy physics.
There we go, buddy, just like that. Pockets full of wood, come on.
It was still early morning and I had plenty of time to see if I can get this earth roamer moving. I stopped to have a sip of water, thinking about how I can get this thing unstuck.
Alright, buddy, what I read I'm gonna try and do is pile up some sand underneath the wheels. Alright, you keep watch. I might try and dig. Yeah, I'll dig out some sand and try and shovel it underneath each wheel.
It seemed like that was going to be my best bet. I needed to get it level in order to gain the ground clearance to clear that dune. Attempting to drive it forward from here would simply dig it deeper into the pit. But while I get started on digging, here's the chicken scratch in the back of the instruction manual.
I don't know how many days it's been since I've seen another soul. The desert stretches on endlessly. My earth roamer is nothing but a heavy anchor in a sea of sand, and I think it overheated. I've tried everything to get it moving again, but it's hopelessly bogged. I came out here looking for you, Jake. I followed every lead, every whisper that said you might be out here. My supplies are running low and I've rationed out what I have left, but I won't last much longer. Every night I hear things. Maybe it's just the wind or maybe something else. Jake, if you're out there, I hope you found the sanctuary that we always dreamed about.
Wow, well that was a drag. I'm sorry that you had to sit through that and bring the mood down. But it would seem that the previous owner of this roamer was looking for his brother, Jake, at some sanctuary. Could that be Solstice?
Alright, buddy, that's a lot of digging done. I reckon I can... I wonder if I can take some of these logs that we got earlier this morning and lay down a bit of a track for the wheel to ride upon in the crack there. I reckon it's worth a shot. You bark if it looks like it's moving, alright?
After 5 painstaking hours using a shovel to move this sand, it was time to lay down some wood as a track, a sort of platform for the wheels to ride upon, lifting it up from the sand below. In theory, this adds more ground clearance, and therefore I have to dig less sand. A double whammy, but I guess we'll see how it works in practice.
Alright, bud, how does that look? Yeah. I know you can't speak English, buddy.
I picked up Buddy and placed him aboard and jumped up on one of the front tires. I made quite the terrifying jump from the wheel to the door as I dug out a massive hole beneath me, but I made it. And that was it. We were closing in on game time.
Yeah, bud, you sit over there. What do you reckon, eh, buddy? I've always wanted to ride in one of these. Okay, so, what do I do? I guess I should get the instruction book, hey.
I had the whole morning to get the book and of course I forgot it, but that's no worries. I jumped across, grabbed the book and headed back aboard. With the instruction manual to the earth roamer in my hands, I laid it out in front of me, opened to page 1 and began reading the instructions.
Alright, so first page. Oh, it's got a bit of a layout here. So top, what is that, top left is the aligning the wheels.
Clutch 1
on.
Okay.
So when we want to go straight,
pretty
steering.
No,
Clutch
the
1 steering. When the lever is engaged, facing me,
is facing me.
reverse. So
how hard could it be? There's just a few levers and I'm sure I'll figure it out pretty quick. I familiarized myself with the basics. What levers did what? And once I had a basic idea of what they did, I thought it was time to give it a crack.
Okay, bud. I guess it's now or never, right? Let's first things first, I've got to straighten up the wheels. So, okay, I've got to make sure that the steering clutch is engaged and then turn on the pistons. And so that's actively trying to straighten the wheels. Ah, there we go. So now we're in forward. If I was to just release this clutch. Oh, we start driving. Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, we might have to do a little bit of maneuvering here. So release these. Engage the steering mechanism. Throw it into reverse. And release the clutch. Start reversing out. Come on. Okay. That's fine.
The more I used these controls, the more I began to understand how this thing works, and I was getting close to getting it unstuck.
Come on, Roma. Come on, with some wiggles. Yes! Buddy, we're moving!
With a bit of persuasion, steering left and right, switching between forward and reverse, I was actually able to get it unstuck. But we weren't free just yet. It felt like there was something blocking the tire from spinning, preventing me from getting out.
We must be getting stuck on something. Hang on, let me help out and check. What do you think, bud?
Sure enough, the lean that the Roma was on was actually causing the tire to spin into an adjacent bank. But that's nothing that a little extra shovel work won't fix.
What is happening here? I think it's getting stuck on this bit of sand. Alright, buddy, hold on. The clutch is in. It shouldn't drive away, but it might roll a little bit. Okay, we're good.
Well, now that the bank was shoveled out, it was time to give it another crack and see if we can drive out of this ditch. And it seemed to be going well until I almost rolled it.
Oh, this angle does not feel good, buddy. We might have to straighten up. I think we can maybe go over one of these cactuses. Yes! Hold on, hold the clutch! Oh!
Wow, that could have been pretty bad.
Just climb up the dune. Up the dune. Yes! 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 Yes!
With absolutely no skill at all and a little bit of luck, I managed to get the roamer out and onto some level ground.
What do you think of that, buddy? Hey? Yeah, that's a good boy. Alright, wow, let's go take a look.
I ran back and grabbed all the supplies that I took from Samuel. Makes me think, I wonder if we didn't stumble across his resources if we would survive another week.
Alright, buddy, I got Samuel's supplies. I can't leave his...
I ran back over to Samuel's remains and figured I couldn't leave him there like that. In this harsh environment, it's not give, it's take. But something still didn't seem right about taking this and not saying thank you. I buried his remains and put a sign in the ground as to not forget about Samuel. When we get to Solstice. When I find Jake, I'll tell him that you looked for him, Samuel. And on that note, it's time to head down the hill!
Hold on, buddy, we're going downhill! Hold on! We're about to pick up a bunch of speed, buddy. Hold on! Whoa! I think we're okay.
Whoa, you okay, buddy? That was... Wow, that really gets the heart rate going.
I know. It's a lot better than walking. Might need to do a bit of upgrades on these tires, though. They're not very smooth.
No, inherently not. Squares are not good wheels. I'm sure I can dig out some grooves and make them a little bit more round. But anyway, I'm going to break the fourth wall here and welcome you all to this little series that I'm planning on doing, where Buddy, this Earthwormer, and I make our way to this wasteland's enclave, Solstice, the city on the horizon. I don't even know what adventures await us, but make sure to leave some comments down below if you want to influence the story. But I think for now, we should find somewhere to rest up for the night.
I can see the sun coming through the windows here. There's a bit of a plateau up ahead I might try and stop in. Maybe we can make a camp in the woods.
Given the high energy output that this vehicle needs, it's not feasible to drive at night. At least not without another power source. So, upon finding this flat area, I decided to stop for the night and make a campsite to call home.
There we go, buddy. We're safe, alright? We're safe. We made it.
Buddy seemed relieved that the ride was over and was happy to leave the vehicle.
Oh, it's nice to feel grass under your toes. Does it feel good under your little beans, bud? Come on. Okay.
After finding no signs of any hostility, I decided to make a campfire quickly before the sun went down. Tomorrow though, I would need to find some food as we only had one rabbit left to share between us. Again, thank you, Samuel. But that's a problem for tomorrow. Today, we survived and that's all that matters. I lay back, thinking about the day for a moment before extinguishing the fire and heading to bed.